Hello, Professor. My name is Anjal. This is Eva, Nikhil, Himanshu, Tanmay, and we have Farah on the camera. And we are Team 9, and we have made a game for our project. As we discussed with you, we felt that it was important that we make something as a part of this project which combine two ideas: one, educational materials, and two, something which is subliminal and something implicit which the students who play this game can internalize while they play it, instead of having something explicit for school kids, like say a workshop or having an NGO or something like that. So we felt we wanted something more natural and engaging. So we felt that the game was ideal in that sense, because a game is not something which when you play you learn it up, you mug it up. It's informative in a very implicit sort of manner. So we felt that the game was ideal in that sense. So our game is called Super Energy Man, and Nikhil would like to expand on it.
So, hi Professor. Our game Super Energy Man is inspired by the game Monopoly. In this game we have totally 22 power sources, and we have different there are two types of cards here. One is called Energy Bank, another is Recharge Station. So the game starts from this particular box, which is called Go. Here we have there are basically 5 players who can play this game, 4 being the main players and 1 being the banker. So we have 4 pawns here. The idea of the pawn is also very inspirational, and the Farah would like to speak about it a little bit, because it's very thoughtful of him to come out with this idea.
So, hello Rajendu. Speaking about the prawn, so this is a windmill. We carved out soap and we basically made this windmill. This is a representation of mineral sources, so the rock salt sort of a structure. This is water droplet or rain, to emphasize rainwater harvesting and whatnot. And this is a tree to tell about Go Green. So, yeah.
So you can already see that the idea behind all these pawns are not being a typical different colors, is that the children should know that there's something like this existing in this world, and this can act as a pawn. So the game starts from the go. Initially all the players in the game are given 15 crore as the investment money, and as they move on with the help of dice, they can buy the property. Now the buying of the property is kept very thoughtful, because the price of the renewable energy sources are very high, and renewables are very low. So the children can think that it's very easy to buy the non-renewable and they can easily start buying it, but later on the tax and the subsidy are given on non-renewable resources. So hence the overall motive of the game is that they should be inspired to adopt renewable resources than non-renewable resources. Hence, as you can see, there are different colors here. Each color represents a particular sect or a particular city, which is combination of renewable and non-renewable resources. For example, if I take purple color here, it has Bagasse power and it has a petroleum power. So petroleum is non-renewable and Bagasse is renewable resources. In between we have Recharge Treasure also. So there are different cards. These cards belong to Treasure Recharge, which can be kept here, and these cards belong to Energy Bank, which can be kept here. As you move on here, if you land on similar houses, you have to pull this card, which is actually unseen, and whatever it says you have to do that. The idea behind this, for example, if I read out this card, it says your country has not regulated public dumping of garbage, pay a fine of 7 lakhs. So the idea behind this card is also very thoughtful, because in case you adopt non-renewable resources, you'll end up paying a lot of taxes later, or fine for carbon and all. So and if you end up buying a lot of renewable resources, you'll have a lot of benefits, like you'll get subsidy, government will pay you some amount, the players around you will pay you some amount, and these cards belong to the different houses or different power resources, of which Eva will talk now.
Hi Professor. So this game would have been pretty useless had we not made students understand what each of the renewable or non-renewable resources actually means. So what do you understand by coal? How is it harmful? How is it advantageous? And for that reason, all of these would be explained very well. All the 22 sources would be explained very well in the booklet that would be provided with the game. So that as you playing the game, if curiosity strikes you, or for other reasons also to understand the cost behind it, you will probably look through the booklet. And I mean, even though while playing within once or twice you would understand that within each color, as Nikhil explained, there are already renewable and non-renewable resources present, but the details of all of these would be present in that booklet. So that's how it goes.
So we've made a very holistic kind of booklet which has the instructions, clear instructions, as well as each of the 22 resources explained, given in the document which we will be emailing to you, as well as we've taken detailed photographs of this game so that you can match the game with the instructions as given in the document. So we hope it's self-explanatory, but if you have any questions, you can tell us. And also, some of our team members are not present here, so not all of us are here. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Just taking you closely through Superman. Super energy, man.
Super energy. This is the money which runs from 1 lakh up to 5 crores in the value. You can see that this is 10 lakh note, this is 1 crore note. So the breakage is like 1, 2, 5, 10, 25 up to 5 crores. These two are the power plant cards. We are keeping it for sample. This is a yellow card which can be taken as here it's yellow and this is also yellow, so natural gas card. And this is solar power card which belongs to a brown card here. So we are making sure that it is easy for children to make out which color card they have.